Cool. So the question was, in the group home setting, if we have to get rid of somebody, we have to kick somebody out, or we have to evict somebody, what does that look like and what is that process? How is that process? So with my group homes, I do not give any of the tenants an actual lease. They have no rights to our home. We actually give them a spacing agreement. We are leasing a space within the home that they are allowed to reside in, but they are not a tenant. They do not have a lease in place. So it makes it a lot easier to be able to kick somebody out in that situation. When somebody comes into my house as well, we have an onboarding packet, and it's like 36 pages that you have to sign and go through, and it's waivers saying that you will follow all the rules, that you're not going to use drugs, that you're going to do this, you'll do the chores, and all of these different things. And if you don't abide by any of those, then that gives me the rights to kick you out. So they signed all of this stuff ahead of time, knowing all of these rules. And so that's the way we do it. Of course, things don't always work out as planned and as easy as that. In certain situations, you have to be able to read it. So a couple of days ago, I had a guy yelling at one of my managers, ended up putting his hands on another client. In that type of situation, you're getting kicked out immediately, but this gentleman was big, and it was a co-ed house, and I had a woman manager at that house. So I do have an area manager. I call him up, and he's on call at all times, and he drove over there to give my manager assistance. We don't want our managers that feel uncomfortable to try to kick the individual out, because that might not work out well. We always want to wait until the manager has backup. They have somebody else that is able to help them. But there's always different situations. If somebody gets like a dirty UA and they come clean about it, we give them the opportunity to go to detox and be able to come back. We'll hold their bed for them for 4 days. Or if we're in constant contact with the detox company, we'll let them come back. If they're unwilling to go to detox, or if they're unwilling to do this or that or the other, they're unwilling to work for their sobriety. So there's nothing else that we can do for them. So we give them an hour. They pack up their stuff. We ask them if there's somewhere we can take them to. If they have nowhere to go, our team also calls our connections in the area of other sober living homes to see if there's a spot available for that individual. So the eviction process is not that hard. Another thing, actually, I'm not even going to say that, but the eviction process in my experience has not been hard, especially if you have the right paperwork.